Why did the Soviet Union, a superpower locked in a Cold War, direct so much of its cosmic gaze towards Venus, Earth's closest planetary neighbor? In the midst of a tense global standoff, Venus became more than a mere celestial body. It symbolized a frontier for dominance and a proving ground for Soviet technology and intellect. Amidst the backdrop of nuclear arms races and ideological battles, Venus offered a new arena where geopolitical and scientific ambitions could intertwine. This burning curiosity led to a series of missions, each more ambitious than the last. The journey began in the late 1950s, amidst the heated space race. As the world watched the skies, the Soviet Union set its sights on Venus, our closest planetary neighbor, often shrouded in mystery and harsh conditions. This marked the dawn of interplanetary travel, a bold leap into the unknown. In 1961, the Soviets launched Venera 1, the very first spacecraft destined to encounter Venus. The mission was ambitious, aiming to gather and transmit data back to Earth as it flew by the veiled planet. This pioneer of space was equipped to endure the intense conditions of space travel and the harsh atmosphere of Venus. However, as fate would have it, contact with Venera 1 was lost before it could complete its primary objective. While it did not send back any data, its journey was not in vain. The mission provided invaluable experience in interplanetary navigation and spurred further advancements in space technology. Despite initial setbacks, these early missions paved the way for groundbreaking achievements. Persistence pays off, and the Soviets were about to make history. As the space race intensified in the mid-20th century, the Soviet Union turned its gaze towards Venus, embarking on a series of missions that would etch their name in the annals of space exploration. In 1967, the world watched in awe as Venera 4 reached Venus and became the first spacecraft to transmit data back to Earth from another planet's atmosphere. This remarkable achievement was not just about reaching Venus, it was about piercing the veil of one of our closest neighbors, revealing secrets held by its thick, toxic atmosphere. Venera 4's journey provided unprecedented insights, including the first direct measurements of Venus's atmospheric composition. But the Soviets didn't stop there. Just a few years later, in 1970, Venera 7 took a bold step forward. It made a dramatic entry into Venus's atmosphere, enduring extreme heat and pressure to achieve the first soft landing on another planet's surface. This was no small feat. The probe managed to transmit data back to Earth for 23 minutes before succumbing to the harsh Venusian conditions. This data was invaluable, offering the first real measurements from the surface of another planet, including temperature and atmospheric pressure. These groundbreaking missions did more than demonstrate Soviet ingenuity and resilience. They opened new windows into planetary science. By sending back detailed data from Venus, these probes helped to shape our understanding of planetary atmospheres and surfaces. These missions not only showcased technological prowess but also gathered critical scientific data about Venus. The 1970s and 80s marked the golden age of Soviet exploration of Venus. During this era, the Soviet Union launched a series of missions that not only reached but also significantly enhanced our understanding of our closest planetary neighbor. One of the most groundbreaking missions was Venera 9, launched in 1975. It was a herald of new achievements, becoming the first spacecraft to orbit Venus and subsequently send back images from the planet's surface. These weren't just any images. They were the first glimpses humanity ever had of Venus's surface, shrouded in mystery and an atmosphere thick with clouds. Following closely on the heels of this success, Venera 10 mirrored its predecessor's achievements later that same year, providing additional images and data. These missions collectively offered a stark view of a world where the sun never shone and the winds screamed across barren rockscapes, fundamentally altering our perceptions of Venus. But the zenith of this golden age came with Venera 13. In 1982, it took exploration a step further by sending back the first color panoramic views of Venus. The images were astonishing. They showed a rocky landscape bathed in orange hues under a sky of dense yellow clouds. Venera 13 didn't just send images. It also conducted the first on-site chemical analysis of the Venusian soil, revealing insights about its composition. Through these ambitious missions, the Soviets had turned Venus from a point of light in the sky into a well-documented celestial body with landscapes and atmospheres. The Soviet missions to Venus were more than just a quest for knowledge. They were a demonstration of technological might and scientific curiosity. These audacious voyages across the cosmos not only marked the Soviet Union as a pioneer in interplanetary travel, but also deepened humanity's understanding of one of our closest planetary neighbors. The data gathered from these missions revealed the extreme surface conditions of Venus, with its scorching temperatures and dense, corrosive atmosphere. This was pivotal, transforming our view of Venus from a potentially Earth-like world into one that is intriguingly hellish. The legacy of these missions is profound. They set the stage for the international scientific community to build on the foundational knowledge acquired. Today, countries around the globe continue to benefit from these early explorations. The methodologies and technologies developed have been refined and repurposed, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration. Current and future missions to Venus, spearheaded by various nations, owe a debt to these Soviet endeavors. These missions aim not only to further unravel the mysteries of Venus, but also to test new technologies in spacecraft design, atmospheric analysis, and surface sampling. This ongoing interest in Venus could one day culminate in breakthroughs that might make human presence possible on other planets. The spirit of discovery that propelled the Soviet Union to explore Venus continues to fuel a global passion for space and science. The legacy of the Soviet Union's obsession with Venus continues to inspire and inform space exploration today. From the first flyby to the detailed surface analysis, the Soviet Union's journey to Venus was a saga of ambition and ingenuity. The Soviets' relentless pursuit to unlock Venus's mysteries not only marked an era of unprecedented space exploration, but also set the stage for the global space endeavors that followed. They pioneered the technology and techniques that allowed humanity to reach further into the cosmos. As we revisited the series of missions, from Venera 1 to the advanced landers that transmitted the first images from Venus's surface, we saw a narrative of continuous improvement and daring. These missions underscored the Soviets' ability to innovate under extreme conditions, pushing the boundaries of what was technologically possible at the time. Today, the legacy of these early Venus expeditions influences modern space exploration. Countries around the world now benefit from the technologies and knowledge pioneered during those historic missions, enhancing our collective pursuit of understanding the universe. As we look to the stars, we stand on the shoulders of these monumental efforts, reaching further and understanding more, thanks to the path they blazed towards Venus.